Did you feel like your reputation was being slandered? You know,
of course.
Someone hears that and you think, I'll be honest, I hear that and I like, did Punk attack Tony?
Yeah, I know. And everyone's like, oh my God, think of the billionaires. Like,
right.
Fuck. No, yeah, they're very much as a part of, there's a concerted effort to, I guess, slander me and try to ruin my character and stuff like that. Like, and that's kind of the genesis of all the drama, you know? Like, don't do that. Why are you doing that to a guy who works for your company? Why are you lying? Why are you spreading rumors and lies and bullshit about your top guy? Doesn't make any sense. You're only hurting yourself. You're trying to dim my I don't know, you know, jealousy, envy. I don't really know. And again, it's not really the time to litigate it all and everything, but like, it's an unfortunate situation. I have a lot of friends there and there's a lot of good people that work there. I hope they continue to get paid, and I wish them well.
How would you describe what it's like working for Tony?
Man, it's a loaded question, you know, because I don't want this to be, I don't like the drama, you know, but I mean, it's the truth is the truth. Like he's not a boss. He's a nice guy, you know, and I think ultimately that is a detriment to the company, but it's not my company. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm an outsider. I thought I was brought in to, you know, sell merchandise and tickets and draw, you know, numbers for pay-per-views and stuff, and I clearly did that, but that's not what the place was about, and some people didn't like that.
Is there any part of you that's always like, man, I'm 45, I'm tired of this shit?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
And why?
I mean, did you saw my exasperated press conference when I'm eating Mindy's?
Yes, of course.
Drinking Spindrift.
So
there's very much a guy who's just, I'm too old for this shit.
So you just talked about how this all started. So then we go to the feud with Hangman Page, right? Adam Page. And it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, when you debut in August of 2021, up until like the spring of 2022, it's pretty good times, right? You have that great...
I thought so, yeah.
But then when he says, I'm not here to just, you know, fight you, I'm here to protect you or protect the locker room from you, right? Yeah. In so many words. And the story is that he, you know, went off script, so to speak, and really pissed you off by saying that. Did you feel like that was the first time that your reputation, that your character was being slandered?
What he said didn't matter to me. But when you sit, you know, peeling the curtain back, ladies and gentlemen, and again, if you want to believe all the bad things about me, please do, just leave me alone. If I'm working with you and we sit and we talk, and, you know, like, I think one of the biggest criticisms about WWE was it's overly scripted. There's writers, you know, pro wrestlers don't need writers. Some people don't. Some people do. Some people prefer it, right? It's, you know, but I sat down with them and we hammered. I was very gracious, hammered out this promo. Oh, if you say this, what if you say this? Okay, I'll say this. Oh, if you say that, I'll say this. Okay, great. Great, yeah, awesome, great. And then he proceeds to go on live TV and not say any of the shit that we talked about. I can't hear him because the crowd's so loud, and I'm looking at him, and I have to really pay attention to what he's saying because my responses matter. I can't just say what I had planned because it's not going to match what he's saying to me. And he's saying some shit, and I don't know what he's talking about. And I'm just like, man, why would you do this? Why would you ruin? TV is very expensive. You know, every minute of TV is hundreds of thousands of dollars between production and all that stuff. And you're just shitting on me and you're shitting on the business. Why would you do this? And I knew the promo ended with him punching me. And I had to fight just double leg him. Just double leg. Why is he doing this? I don't know what's going on, but I was a professional. And afterwards, I spoke to him and I was like, why'd you do that? And, you know, he thinks I got one of his friends who hasn't been fired. But I went to Tony and the lawyer and I said, you need to fix that because if I do, you're not going to like the way I fix it. And I thought I was being professional by not just murdering him on television. You know, I know some people are going to be upset about that. And some people are going to be like, oh, he's talking about this guy again. But with me, respect is the default. I respect everybody. until you do something that makes me lose my respect for you. And I had never done anything to any of those guys. If they're basing how their attitude is towards me based on some bullshit their friend told them, well, I can't help you. But I got plenty of friends who don't like certain people, and I keep relationships business. Right? And yeah, that's everything went off the rails from there. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's really a shame.
And you guys have a match, I believe from what you have said, you were kind of thinking the whole time that it would go off the rails in the match, so you couldn't really like fully.
Well, how could I trust him?
Right, of course.
Yeah.
You injure your foot, right? You break your foot.
The week after, yeah.
Take some time off, come back, and then it's the Moxley match.
Yep.
You win. When you are getting ready to go to that scrum, did you know that you were about to unload all of this, or is it just something in the moment that kind of took over you?
No, getting out there and seeing, reporters that report shit about you like it's fact without ever checking with you to see if stuff happened, who are openly friends with other wrestlers, it's just fucking high school. It's high school, cliquey, mean girls, drama bullshit. And I get there and I see these goofs, and I just, lose my temper. Top 3 CM Punk promos, though.
It was tremendous.
Yeah,
I know you don't like the word.
Yeah.
Do you like pipe bomb now? Because I know one time famously you said you hated pipe bomb.
But again, what are we going to do? Are we going to credit me for changing the vernacular of how people talk about promos? Or are we going to just be like, he's overrated? You got to pick a lane.
I like it.
Yeah. I don't mind.
How many terms are that associated with a person, right?
Yeah.
Someone says pipe bomb, they know they're talking about you.
That's how I know I did something great that night.
Sure.
People are still talking about it.
That's 2011.
Yeah.
It's been 13 years. So you do that, you say all of that, and it's fascinating going back and watching it because it's clear that Tony's a little bit uncomfortable sitting next to you.
Nothing he'd never heard before.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he didn't know that it would come out right then and there.
Should have handled it.
What happens when that scrum is over?
Went home, got surgery, got my arm fixed.
Can you not talk about that?
I don't think I can.
That's Brawl Out, right?
Yeah.
That's the one where there is an actual...
Yeah.
Is there anything you could tell us about that?
I didn't have to sign an NDA for anything I did wrong.
Interesting. What does that mean?
It means I have nothing to hide, and I don't give a shit if people...
So just for the record, once and for all, can you tell us what happened?
No,
okay.
There's...
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh, for that particular one.
There's an NDA in place for that one, yeah.
You did speak to Mark Ramundi when you came back, right, of ESPN, my pal, and you did say that you kind of regretted the way that was all handled. Is that...
Well, sure. I mean, I think you can go back and be like, well, I wish I never did the scrum. Scrums are stupid anyway.
Would you prefer if there just wasn't a scrum?
Yeah, those things are really cringe.
Yeah.
Like it's pro wrestling. Maybe do one. Like I did one like the day I came back. I was like, well, this is a big deal. Like I get it, But the problem you have with pro wrestling is just anybody with a Twitter calls themselves a reporter or a journalist or whatever. And I experienced it firsthand. The amount of misinformation that came out based on that. And again, I will go back to, you want to believe all that shit? I'm Bruiser Brody, and I'm running around, I'm running through the hallways, and I'm just fucking sucker punching people and all that. Great, man. Awesome. Believe it. Because I'm over here, and I'm making money off it, and you ain't. Believe it. But it's just the amount of just lies and bullshit. It feels a little bit good to say that a lot of it is lies and bullshit, but... Yeah, everyone's gonna... The people that don't like me based on that stuff, they don't like me anyway. They're not my audience anyway. I don't know what else to say.
Can I ask about why is there an NDA? So something happened, things happen, people have talked about them, worse things have happened in pro wrestling and in life. Why is there an NDA for this particular one? You
would have to ask the person that wanted me to sign an NDA.
Would that be Tony?
Yeah.
I did try to ask him about it one time in an interview.
I can't
it didn't go very well.
I can't imagine he answered you.
No.
Yeah, and again, I am very uncomfortable right now, talking about.
Okay, I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
No. Well, I mean, I figured it was inevitable when I walked in the door, you know, but I also didn't want to be the guy that was just like, I appreciate that question, Ariel, can't talk about it
Sure.
for 90 minutes or 60 minutes or whatever, you know, and like, I'm a human being, and this is real life shit that happened, and I don't mind talking about it because, again, I didn't want anybody to sign an NDA to hide some kind of bullshit that I did, you know?
In your mind, when that was done, did you think that perhaps you were done with the company?
Yeah.
You would have preferred that. And for the record, did you injure your tricep? Can you tell us that? If not, you know, I understand. In the incident, or was it in the match? Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Will you ever be able to talk about this?
I don't know.
Is there a? Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know how to do it.
I don't
I've
know.
never had to sign one.
Why does anybody want to talk about
Well,
it?
just for the record, you know, just to know.
It's grown into this ridiculous thing, you know? Like, again, just go ahead and believe what you want.
So you go away, and it's kind of good timing because obviously you never want to get hurt, but we don't know if you're suspended, if you're hurt, if you're recovering from surgery, you just disappear. Did you ever get close to being let go at that point? You said at the beginning of all this, you said, please, you know, let's just do it here.
Well, nobody in the company spoke to me for, I don't know, six months.
How's that possible?
I don't know.
Not a soul.
Paid for my surgery, booked my surgery. You know, thankfully, Dr. Sampson, who I knew from WWE, I have a good rapport with, like, he helped me with that. But, like, I was on my own and all that stuff. And, you know, if you think I deserve to be, you know, fired or treated like that, that's your opinion. It's none of my business what you think of me.